All right, now it's time to get wild and talk with my hands because this is important. So the man forced the old woman into the car, threatened her with the pew-pew stick. Everyone's like, oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Things are changing. This is getting bad. And then this poor old woman woke up and she's squished in between Ralph and the man, still nameless. They never give us a name. She's freaking out. She's crying silently to herself. She's doing the Lord's Prayer. And the man still has the pew-pew stick and he's just like, tell me, did your husband smell the bullet when he died? And then Ralph, I love Ralph. He just doesn't give a shit. Come on, man. Can you stop that shit? She's just an old lady. You have to. I have to what? I have to what? I don't have to do a goddamn thing I don't want to do. You better shut your mouth, boy. Oh yeah, Ralph's nose is still broken. Come on, dude. Why don't you just take the fucking car and go? Just leave us. Because, dumbass, I don't want the car. I want y'all. And then Jody knew at that very minute that her worst fears were confirmed, that this man wasn't out to get a ride or hitchhike or go to a specific spot. They're captives and they're at his bidding and it's life or death, right? And then Ralph continued, can't you just let us go? We literally can't tell anybody about this. We don't know who you are. We don't even have your name. I don't fucking know you guys. Oh yeah, that sounds like a good idea. LOL. Not gonna happen. I mean, I ain't gonna kill y'all. Unless I gotta. If you do exactly what I say, then everything's gonna turn out all peachy keen. That includes you too, Granny. What do you say? Granny? You gonna do what I want? Yeah? And this poor old lady sitting in the... I'll do whatever you ask. I'll do anything. Looks around the car. Please. This old lady thought the whole family was in on it too, but she's slowly realizing that we're all kidnapped right now. Jody's sitting in the front and yeah, we'll do anything if you can let us go. Poppy's sitting in the passenger seat, about tearless at this point because she cried out all of her tears and she's gone catatonic. Ralph, still with his nose broken in the back seat, is just seething. He's just mad. And then the assailant, the man, looks over at the old lady and asks, now, what's your name, darling? Brenda. My name is Brenda. Brenda. You see, Brenda, before we picked you up, we were just talking about love. You ever been loved in a long time, Brenda? Excuse me? You know, love. At your age, could your husband still love you? I beg your pardon. And then, of course, it gets really uncomfortable with the man asking her very personal questions about her love life. And if her husband, at their age, could he still get it up, you know. When was the last time you had a, to quote the book, a stiffy? Brenda was silent and she's like, oh, what? Looking around the car, pleading like, what is happening right now? And then the man got more vulgar and he asked about, you know, what she would do to her husband or what her husband would do to her. And the car was so uncomfortable. Everyone just gritted their teeth and it was weird. So now at this point, the man pulled down his shorts and exposed himself to the car. And Ralph is like, oh God, oh fuck. And Brenda is just, you know, flabbergasted. She looks away and she starts praying again. This book is full of assault and unconsensual things. So I don't want to describe all of it to you. But in the vaguest way possible, at pew pew point, the man forces Brenda to touch him. And she's very like stiff and she doesn't want to do anything. And he gets mad at her for not doing it right. And then the man had the audacity to say, who has the biggest junk in the car, knowing that Ralph is the only other born male in the vehicle. He's got the faculties that the man wants to gaze upon. So the man tells Ralph, oh, give us a little show and tell. Let me see what you... He's like, absolutely fucking not. Go fuck yourself. Nope. Not gonna happen. Poppy remains silent and catatonic. Jody stiffened at the wheel and she's like, oh God, my babies. Ralph, just do what the man says. Again, I'd rather you be embarrassed than dead. I can't deal with this right now. I don't want to piss this man off. Who knows what he's gonna do? This man is already like unhinged. Don't want to make him any more mad. Ralph, just, it's okay. I'm not gonna look, I'm not gonna judge you. Whatever happens today, we can make this up. This is gonna be fine. I'm gonna get you therapy. My son, my daughter, I'm gonna get you guys therapy. There's still hope that I can save your minds, please. Jody is battling out things in her head and she's trying her best to keep everybody calm and to not piss off the man, and the man is just all over the place. You know, at a drop of a dime he'll get pissed off, and you say the right things and he gets all like, aha, you're playing my game. So of course Ralph took in a big sigh, undid his belt, and showed and tell. The man noticed that he wasn't up, and he told Brenda, you better help the boy out. I can't see his size without, you know. The next uncomfortable scene of the forced interaction between Brenda and Ralph, and both of them were absolutely disgusted, and it was so uncomfortable. This whole book is uncomfortable. I do not recommend listening to this if you have history of abuse or anything in that matter. I'm afraid to use trigger words in case I get blocked or in trouble. So I'm gonna just use fancy language and goofy goober behavior to chill out my discomfort with all of this. So then the man was still displeased that nothing was happening, and he's like, Brenda, mouth stuff on Ralph, please. Ralph is like, absolutely fucking not. Brenda outright denied, and the man got angry and hit her really hard with the pew-pew stick, and it damaged her. And he's like, do it now, you're pissing me off. She's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Ralph is also like, no, we're not doing that. So the man with the pew-pew grabbed Jody's hair, who was still driving, forced her head back, and stuck the gun up under her jaw, and he's like, drive off the road right now. Drive off the fucking road. And Jody turned the wheel really hard, and they start driving far off the road. They kept going until they hit this dried up creek bed. They just kept going for miles. They just kept driving down to the point where the creek bed turned more into like a little tiny canyon with like good walls built up on the sides. And then he finally said, stop the car. So as soon as the car stopped, the man said, everyone out now. So again, this is an audiobook and I listened to this on Audible. And then the narrator does such a great job. It's, what's her name? Danielle Muthing. Fantastic. This is the point in the book where Danielle is like, now I have to legally warn you. The book provides me a warning to all listeners to stop listening right now, because the contents from here on out is disturbing, disgusting, and if you are easily like offended or triggered or have history of this and this and this, stop listening right now, because it's gonna get fucked up. Thank you, Danielle, but I did not heed your warnings because I kept listening and I regret my decision. I miss the person I was like 2 days ago when I was like tracking down lizards at the Australia Zoo. Like, that was fun, but this book was not fun. That was not a good day. Not a good time to end my fun lizard hunting day.